Hi, loves. How are you doing? The other day, I was watching a movie. It's called The Kingdom of Heaven. The plotline is it's the fight for Jerusalem between Christian knights and Muslims. Go watch the movie. I'm not interested in the whole movie story. I'm interested in this one character, not the lead character or the main character or the heroes, but the Christians have been surrounded by the Muslims. And then the Christians, the leader is trying to figure out a way out and for the safety of the people in Jerusalem because he doesn't want all the people there to be killed. So he's trying to figure out how he will get the people out of the situation. So there's this one character who says, convert to Islam and repent later. That guy was a coward. Like, he was against everything the leader was trying to do. He was like, convert to Islam, repent later. That phrase there might have been funny, and at watching the movie you think like, huh? It could make sense. Convert to Islam and do whatever. Bella, go away. Go away, Bella. That phrase caught me because the previous day I was studying the book of Revelation and I was coming to the end of the book of Revelation. And in Revelation chapter 21, verse 8, there's a list of people who will end up in the lake of fire. And guess who are the number one in that list? The cowards. Cowards. You know, when you think about evil and wickedness, and when you think about God bringing judgment into the world, you'd think a coward, most probably a coward, just stays at home, does the right thing, follows rules, obeys everything, do. But how is it that the cowards will end up in the lake of fire? Hey, that verse had me thinking about the characteristics of a coward and why a coward would end up in the lake of fire. And also, now coming to watch the movie and catching that phrase of that man, that a coward, for the purpose of self-preservation, will do anything, even against the will of God, just to self-preserve. A coward will watch from a distance as people are being, let's say, attacked. A coward will watch from a distance when bad things are happening in the community, in the surrounding, because they don't want to get in trouble. They're thinking about self-preserving themselves. And when you think about it, when you think about the end of the world, when you think about the beast system, when you think about the mark of the beast, when you think about people not being able to buy without the mark, a lot of cowards and a lot of people will fall, not because they are evil, like evil, being murderers, being involved in witchcraft and all that. Most people will fall because they will have fear of, what if I do not take the mark? Let's go along with the laws. They will be cowards. They will have fear in them that they will not want to stand and fight. They will not want to face the harsh realities. They will be thinking, what will we be dressing? Our designer clothes. We can no longer wear our designer clothes without the mark. We can no longer have the words, oh my God, English. We can no longer have the luxuries of life if we cannot buy, because we cannot buy them without the mark of the beast. Actually, when I'm speaking about this, I'm reminded that when Corona happened, I was not born again. And I remember the fear that was around when we were told, not going to places where you're crowded, so that even churches, we are not going. When you're told, take lazim, lazim you take these vaccinations, and fear. Some of us, we took the vaccination because of fear, not even because we understood what it is, not even because we had revelation of what it was, but we went ahead because of fear. We stopped going to church because of fear. We stopped going to work because of fear. We were walking around everywhere with masks because of fear. So imagine now when you're at a point where you cannot buy because of this tiny thing. Also, when you think about courage and being cowardly, you think about Daniel and his 3 friends. Like, if they had fear in them, if they were cowards, they would have gone along with the laws and the rules that they were being given. And then we will not be reading about the 3 boys in fire. We will not be reading about Daniel in the den of lions. So, where the world is going, if you know God, if you know God, and you have fear ruling you, you can't even stand in front of the people to talk. When your boss talks to you, when your boss tells you something, you're standing there shaking. Even if you know they're telling you to do something wrong and you know it is wrong, but because you have fear of that man who has employed you, fear of losing that job that you have, you're afraid, what will I eat tomorrow? Fear makes you a coward. So sit down with this word and think about it. And remember that in the first list of those people who will be going into the lake of fire, it will be the cowards, the cowardly. I'm still digesting that word. Because, where I come from, they say, but where do you draw the boundary? Where do you draw the boundary of fear and wisdom? Because yes, we need to exercise wisdom in everything that we are doing, but is it fear or is it wisdom? Have a nice day.